Polite Society is about a girl named Rhea who wants to be a stunt woman when she grows up. So she makes videos of her action moves and tries to get in contact with her favorite stunt woman. She also has a sister named Nina who's also an art student but dropped out of the university and later fall in love with this famous doctor who later gets engaged. So Rhea and her friends are trying to stop the wedding because they found out that her fiance is up to no good and that he's actually a bad guy with the help of his mother. The vibe of this movie is like Scott Pilgrim versus the World mixed with old classic kung fu movies and actually a spy movie too, which is a great combination, which is something that is very new and something that hasn't been done in a long time. And that's something that you can honestly appreciate, especially how these climax of how these recent movies has been coming out recently with superheroes, explosions, guns, all of these things. And it's just something that was just pretty nice to see that it was so focused on like martial arts or hand-to-hand combat, but also the wackiness, the wildness, the goofiness of this movie just put a nice touch on it because this is a comedy action movie and you honestly enjoy the characters as well. Even though the movies does has its flaws, like the trailer. If you have seen the trailer, most likely you have saw the movie. So at this point, if you do decide to watch this movie, which I recommend that you guys should watch the movie, you would just probably want to see what's the outcome, like how everything plays out. Because once you watch the trailer, I was just like, well, I pretty much know how the movie's gonna end because you just spoiled it, which honestly does sucks. But honestly, when I did watch this movie, I just like how everything like got to point A to point B all the way to point Z. And this movie is actually a fun, good time movie that you can honestly sit there and relax and actually just enjoy yourself. The chemistry between the two sisters was very, very well done and very believable that you think that there actually are sisters and that they actually feel like they actually have a good time and it's very positive and it's not even toxic as well. They actually have each other's back and they love each other no matter what. And that's what honestly carried the movie. And you see it throughout the whole movie, which I'm happy that they're able to kind of like explore it and honestly go into like different scenarios. And we were able to see like different moves of how they're like together, their goofiness to when they're pissed off at each other, and like kind of like the sacrifices that they're able to do and how they're able to reconnect. And I think they did an excellent job with that. They didn't make them annoying at all. Rhea, she got her ass kicked a lot in this movie. The main character, she gets beat up a lot. And I'm just like, dang, you want to be a stunt woman. And yeah, you keep getting your ass kicked a lot. And it was just very, very funny. But honestly, the negative about this movie was that the comedy, because even though the comedy was good and I did get a chuckle of it, some of the jokes didn't land for me. And I think it's just because of their humor is not kind of like my style of humor. And honestly, this movie is from British. So like British slang, British humor is not for me. So if you do like British humor and the slang and everything else, you would definitely would like this movie. But like for me, the comedy was just some of the weakest aspect of it. But the movie was goofy and there were just certain things that did make me laugh, but just the jokes didn't land for me. And the second act was kinda like the weakest one because it kinda dragged a little bit because there was certain moments of the second act where I kinda stopped paying attention, but the movie is so outrageous, so goofy and wacky that it just brings you back in, and I just kinda laugh at that because there were just certain scenes where it was just like, "Yeah, no, I had to laugh," because, like, it was just like, "What?" But honestly, everyone understand the assignment and everyone knew like this movie was like a kind of like a cartoonish because the villains, they were like very cartoonish, like and especially to their method and everything. I was just like, wow, like this feels like like another episodes of like regular show or like the Adventure Times because just how everything how played out and their whole method and like how why they want to like marry Rhea's sister was just crazy. But the villain, the mother, she played a fantastic role. Everyone played a fantastic role. The person who played as Rhea, the person who played as Nina, and the big villain, like the mother of the guy who is the doctor. she did they dope all three of them did a fantastic job. And I do apologize if I can't pronounce their names. I'm just going by their characters' names because it was much easier to pronounce instead of just trying to like butcher their actual names, like the actual actors' names. But like I said, I really did like this movie. This movie was a great time. You guys should check it out when it comes into theater. I was able to see it early for early release, but you guys should check it out. I give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. And yeah, so if you guys do watch this movie or you guys are planning on watching this movie, let me know down in the comment section and what you guys think about it. But other than that, if you guys do like the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and remember, always be decent. This is Mr. Monotone, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.